What would you do if you had $0, no job, no experience, and just 30 days to turn that into $10,000? No savings, no backup plan, nothing. Most people would say it's impossible. So I decided to test it anyway. Here's the challenge. Starting today, I have to turn $0 into $10,000 in just 30 days. But there are rules. I can't use money I already have. I can't borrow from friends or family. And I can't rely on lucky breaks. If I fail, I walk away with nothing. If I succeed, I prove that starting from zero isn't an excuse. So I began exactly where most people do when they have nothing. Confused, overthinking, and searching for a way out. The first thing I realized is brutal. When you have $0, you don't just lack money, you lack options. Every idea I looked at either required money up front, skills I didn't have, or time I didn't control. So I broke it down to one question. What can I do right now that costs nothing? That's when I started testing anything that could potentially make a first dollar online. Most of it failed. Some ideas got 0 results. Some wasted hours, and a few felt like dead ends immediately. But then something small happened. I finally got my first tiny win. It wasn't life-changing. It wasn't even impressive, but it proved something important. Making money from zero is possible, just not fast or easy. That first small result gave me something more valuable than money. Momentum. Because once you make your first dollar, the goal stops being can I and becomes how do I do this again? This is where the challenge actually started. Instead of jumping between ideas, I focused on repeating what worked, cutting what didn't, and doubling down on small wins. The goal shifted from making money once to building something that could be repeated. But here's the problem. Scaling from $0 is slow. Every step feels small. Every win feels like it's not enough. And 30 days starts to feel a lot shorter than it sounds. Still, I kept going. Around the middle of the challenge, reality hits hard. You realize $10,000 isn't just a number. It's a system. And systems don't appear overnight. There were moments where progress felt invisible, where it looked like nothing was working. But underneath that, something was building, slowly. Because consistency at 0 eventually turns into traction. By the final stretch, everything came down to one thing. Not finding new ideas, but squeezing more out of what already worked. Every hour mattered. Every decision mattered. And I had to ask myself, is this actually scalable or just temporary luck? That answer decided everything. So, can you really turn $0 into $10,000 in 30 days? The truth is, it's not impossible, but it's not what most people think either. It's not about one big breakthrough. It's about a lot of small ones stacking together, fast enough to matter. If you found this interesting, watch this next. I tried making my first $100 online with no skills. Because before anyone ever makes $10,000, they have to understand how the first $100 actually happens.